They were born minutes apart, yet their fate could not be more different. Kenechukwu and Kamsi were identical twins, raised by the same mother, under the same roof, with the same food and the same discipline. But their hearts were not the same. While Kenechukwu was humble and content, Kamsi burned with envy. From a young age, he hated how people liked Kenechukwu more. He hated the way Kenechukwu seemed lucky, even when he wasn't trying. By 25, life had carved different paths for them. Kenechukwu was a struggling mechanic in the city. He lived modestly but honestly. Kamsi, on the other hand, returned to the village one day with a brand new SUV, dripping in gold chains, wearing designer clothes. The villagers hailed him as Odogu. Nobody knew where the money came from. Nobody asked. Kamsi smiled, but not with his eyes. Kenechukwu had questions. His twin had never gone to school, never learned a trade. Where was all the money coming from? But every time he asked, Kamsi would laugh it off. Leave the story, brother. The gods have smiled on me. He even offered Kenechukwu money, but Kene refused. His spirit was restless around Kamsi. One night, Kenechukwu woke up gasping. He had seen a river, wide, deep, and blood red. A voice echoed, "Your name was called. The debt must be paid." He dismissed it as a dream, until the same dream came again and again. Kenechukwu became desperate and visited Mama Ijeoma, a respected seer in the outskirts of town. She looked into her calabash and froze. Your name has been written in blood. Your twin has given you as an offering. The river goddess of Ajamiri accepted, but now she comes for her prize. That night, as Kenechukwu lay half asleep, he was dragged into a vision, not a dream. In the vision, he saw Kamsi kneeling before a massive river at midnight. A cloaked priestess stood behind him. "What is the name of your sacrifice?" she asked. Kamsi spoke, trembling. "Kenechukwu, my twin." A splash of red filled the river immediately. The next day, Kenechukwu stormed into Kamsi's compound. "What have you done?" he yelled. Kamsi pretended not to understand. But for a second, just a second, his eyes turned black. Kenechukwu staggered back. Kamsi smirked and said, "You should have taken the money, brother." That night, Kenechukwu found a strange mark glowing on his chest, a spiral that pulsed like a heartbeat. He screamed, but no one heard him. Every mirror he looked into reflected not himself, but water. And not just any water, a red water. He sought help from Pastor Nduka, a fire-filled man of God known for deliverances. The pastor prayed, then paused. This is no ordinary covenant. Blood was spilled. Spirit of the river owns a part of you now. Only truth and sacrifice can break it. That night, Kenechukwu's bed turned to water. Ants reached out from beneath, pulling at his legs. He screamed, leaped up, and found the room dry. But his legs were wet. It was wet and bleeding. At the village market, Kenechukwu began to hear whispers. The faces of strangers melted into water like foams. Children cried at the sight of him. One old woman hissed, "Water child, return what was taken." He returned to Mama Ijeoma. She sighed. "Your twin gave your name, but your soul fights. There is a way, but it will cost more than you know. Are you ready to journey to Hajamiri, the river of souls?" Together, they traveled deep into the forest. Days passed. At night, drums played in the wind. Finally, they arrived at the sacred river, a place forbidden to mortals. The water sparkled unnaturally. Whispers rose from the waves. The river parted. From within rose the river goddess, half beauty, half terror. And she said, "You were not the one promised, but I accepted." Her eyes were like whirlpools. "Do you wish to bargain for your soul?" "Yes," Kenechukwu said. "Take my life, but leave my soul unstained." The goddess paused. "I want truth. Speak your pain." He wept. "My brother betrayed me. I never hated him, but he hated me. I just wanted peace." The goddess smiled slightly. The goddess whispered, "You are the true offering, but not for death, for vengeance." She pointed into the water. A vision showed Kamsi performing another ritual, this time offering their mother's name. And then the goddess said, "Your brother is insatiable. Will you stop him?" Kenechukwu returned, but something had changed. He no longer walked, he glided. His shadow bent in a strange ways. Villagers cheered. Even the dogs barked and ran. The river had touched him. He found Kamsi at the shrine again. "You are back," Kamsi spat. "You should be dead." Kenechukwu's voice echoed like a river. "So should your conscience." A spiritual battle began. The shrine shook. Spirits emerged from the trees, the ground, and the air. The river goddess appeared and said, "One twin must return to the water. Choose Kenechukwu," but Kene wept. "I will not take revenge." Kenechukwu stepped into the water willingly, but the river rejected him. A voice thundered, "The innocent will not pay." Kamsi screamed as the water rose and dragging him. His cries echoed long after he was gone. Kenechukwu collapsed on the shore. The mark on his chest faded. The nightmare ended. For the first time in months, he slept and dreamed of light. He sold his tools and became a counselor to lost youths. Your brother may betray you, but your soul belongs to God. The villagers respected him now, not out of fear, but out of love. Years later, children sang songs of the twin who faced the river. Kenechukwu had become more than a man. He became a legend, a reminder that the soul is not for sale. Now, the moral lesson of the story. Be careful who you trust. Even your own blood. Greed can blind. Envy can kill. But the truth is a river that washes all pains. Let your soul remain clean. For what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose himself at the end? I hope you learned one or two from this story. Please kindly share in the comment section. I will be there to learn alongside other viewers. Share your thoughts on the story of Kamsi and Kenechukwu. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. Subscription is for free. Like, comment, and share to those that you think will learn from this. And I will see you on another Chronicles of African Tale.